All right, we're live. I'm here with Matt Spencer of Fathom Realty and Rock Steady Group. Sorry about that. And yeah, so as you can see, Matt, I'm working on my Corona beer and I'm trying to get like you. You know,
Yeah, well,
I don't quite have the beard game that you do yet. I'm working on it though.
there he is. Yeah, I'm doing the no shave, no haircut pandemic, so that's why I'm wearing a hat. Because I got I have Marge Simpson genes, and over the years I wanted long hair at various times, and it's impossible because it just gets tall and bushy. So if I take the hat off, it won't go back in.
Yeah. That's the advantage. One of the advantages, or the few advantages of being bald, right? Right now is I don't have to worry about like everybody else is like, oh man, I can't get my hair cut. I'm like, I just do it myself, man. Like, come on, guys. Just
I've been getting concerned about a spot on the front, but I went back to a bunch of my actual high school pictures, and whenever my hair is wet, I see this like spot. So I think I'm good. My granddad's 95. He's got a full head of hair. He has to get a haircut every week.
Yeah.
My dad went bald at like 25, so I think I'm solid at this point. But I'd rather turn pink or purple than fall out. And just because I think my dad made so many jokes over the years, that's why I got that mindset.
Right. I hear you. So, Matt, you're. Why don't you tell me a little bit about you? You're a real estate agent or realtor with Fathom Realty and Rock Steady Group. You're kind of starting your own group there, right?
Yeah. When I got into real estate, I didn't really know what the end goal was. It was just something, and I could go on for way too long about how I got into real estate, my first agent, Kelly May, and just loving the process and everything. But it wasn't long into it that I realized I wanted to get more into the flipping and the investment side of things. And the end goal was, it was just something, and I could go on for way too long about how I got into real estate, my first agent. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
It feels like a playback, sorry.
No, that's okay.
And about a year and a half ago, I just had this epiphany because I still didn't know what I wanted to do with it. I didn't know if I wanted to go more on the development side or just do the house stuff, like the construction things. But anyway, I had this epiphany to start my own firm. And the goal was to be like up and running in like 30 to 60 days. And last year was the absolute best year we've ever had in real estate. And we didn't have any time to do some of the fundamentals of, getting the thing going. And this year, I kind of pushed myself, and I got a couple agents on standby, constantly pushing me. So, broker license finally was approved yesterday. Bless their hearts everywhere at Depot and everything. I know everyone's struggling, but I've been losing my mind. And luckily, I did a transaction with someone on the board. So the Virginia Real Estate Board. I did a transaction with her a few months ago. So I emailed her and just asked her, does she know anybody or something to kind of help push me along, because it's not just holding my income up, it's holding, or not my income, but like my firm up, but it's holding up income and careers of several other people, property management. There's so many other things I'm trying to get into, and I need that piece anyway. So I think she knew the right people, and I got 6 emails yesterday with my license, so I'm ready to roll. So now I got to kick that back for the actual firm approval, just like a step. But that was the big step one. Now we're ready to roll.
That's awesome. Well, hey, and guys, anybody watching, feel free to send us a message and questions. Because I'm sure there's people out there that have either thought about starting their own firm or have questions about it. So, obviously Matt's a great person to talk to. He's super generous and more than willing, I'm sure, to share. I'll speak for you there, Matt, on the struggles and what it takes. So.
Oh, the struggles are real. Growing up in the school rooms and in like the conference rooms, you always see those like success posters. So there's like a million of them from the 90s with the iceberg and all the people paddling in the rowboat. There's so many things like that. And none of those really hit home until about a year ago. Now I can't get enough of that stuff. I try not to be that guy that just constantly posts $1 billion mindset stuff or, the like entrepreneurial type memes. But man, I love that stuff. One of my favorite, I got a couple quotes now that I really like, but there's one that I wish I knew who came up with it, but it was to stay green, as in like if you're always kind of maybe nervous or you know how to control those nerves and you're always on the forefront of learning something new, you'll keep growing. So if you're green, you're growing. And that's kind of the mindset I try to have. And it makes Christina a panic attack nervous as can be because we're always pushing to do something new.
Yeah. So in the real estate world, what do you do a lot of? What do you see a lot of?
I probably am shooting myself in the foot a little bit and making mistakes with Facebook, especially recently. So, I could get on Facebook and YouTube and everything else and talk about real estate. I can talk about earnest money deposits, contractual issues, good, good fundamental,
Mm-hmm.
things people should know, which I have in my little like consults with people all the time. But it's boring as far as social media goes.
Sure.
So the flipping and like the rentals and all that stuff, people eat it up. People love it. Everybody likes watching HGTV. I stopped watching HGTV like the week I got my license because I realized at that point this is all backwards. And so people always quoting stuff and like, hey, did you see the show last night? I have no idea. I haven't watched an episode in 3 years. But I was trying to kind of have like I'm no actor, but I was trying to really push that on YouTube lately. And I've been, the last like 4 days while everybody's home, I've been posting before and after pictures. I'm getting a lot of traction, and I can't tell you how many people I've met, contractors, clients, other flippers, investors. Like right now I'm behind on all the not the comments, but like the private messages. I've met people that out of work that need work, that I knew some jobs that need to be done. So it's actually been really cool. And what I'm getting at saying about shooting myself in the foot is people start thinking all I do is do that. They think I'm just a flipper or something. And honestly, it's like barely 5% of my time. I don't, not so much hands-on anymore with it. It's more of a point of finger, make phone calls, make Lowe's runs.
Lost your video.
Stand by.
Yep. Yeah. So Matt's a real estate agent. He works with a lot of. There you go. Got your video back. There you go.
I think I've got timers on there. I got to work out.
You're good. So tell me about what have you been doing since Corona to kind of, how have you seen a change, and then kind of what are you doing to help people out in your community? Because I know you're very big on trying to help people.
Just try to stay short on everything. For one, I'll say, I guess what I did personally. So I feel like I've been preparing for, and I'm not saying we're in a recession, depression, nothing like that, but I've had this mindset of preparing for it since the last one. The last one hit me and Christina hard. There's people that had it way worse than we did, but I just haven't forgot what it was like. So we've been trying to prepare ourselves for that. So I'm in a mindset of like, when it happens, I'm ready to use it as a time to grow. So it didn't, I'm not going to say I wasn't scared or worried about income, worried about clients. Camera still going? Okay.
Yep.
I live in Franklin too, so you never know when it's just a feed issue. But we picked up a couple rentals in recent months. We actually picked up one right as the stock market kind of started falling apart.
Yeah.
And my thought was, everyone's waiting for opportunities 3 months from now when there's short sales and foreclosures and all these like opportunities. But if you got guys that own a lot of flips or in the middle of a lot of flips, or landlords with vacant houses, you can make your own opportunities. I hate to say it, but yeah, just go make offers. And if they're ready to unload, you might get lucky. And we did that on 2. So I'll set myself up to, if real estate came to a halt, I'll just go swing a hammer, work with my contractors and pay myself a few bucks an hour through the LLC. And, I can keep paying my bills. So that was my goal. Was I was actually stacking up some kind of construction work that I knew I could do where there's also hardly anyone there as far as, quarantine stuff. So I was doing that. I was excited about getting my new office set up, painting, just logistics. And honestly, we're trying to sell our house this year. So like, this would be a great time to finish remodeling the kitchen and all these other things around here that are way past due. But then only about a week into the situation, pandemic or whatever, there's like a week of a lull, and that's it. So for every buyer that I might have, I haven't really lost any clients, but every buyer I've had to start pumping the brakes, I've probably picked up 2 or 3 in their place, and it's wild.
Yeah.
As far as real estate goes, it's cranking. It's definitely different. We're trying to make our showings count. We're not trying to show a ton of houses. There's definitely people that don't know what they're looking for yet, so we kind of are in that field. But hand sanitizer, masks if they want it, wipe down every doorknob, all that stuff. But we're still out and about showing houses. I'm listing houses that are getting people fighting over it the first day, first week on market. 20 showings in the first week, stuff like that. So
That's
it's
great.
still cranking.
What about you personally? Like what? Because like I said, I know you do some stuff within the community. You started, Facebook group and stuff like that. Why don't you tell me a little bit about the Facebook group and kind of what caused you to start that, and what your plan is for that.
I feel like I've actually, so I had this idea one night sitting on the couch, just watching the news, wanting to do something. And I'm still kind of, I'm telling you, I'm sitting here telling people to jump for it, make leaps, don't, create your own opportunity. But at the same time, for some reason, I've been hesitant on that Facebook group I was starting. I feel like I've let everybody down in that group because I've hardly done anything with it. I created a group, a couple of business owners, small town guys, or they're smaller businesses, local. Mm-hmm. And the goal was, the main goal, which I haven't even announced on there, was I was trying to find work for people. So right as that happened, I knew a guy that was moving, and he called me and said, "Hey, I'm getting ready to pay a straight up moving company X amount of dollars. If you want to do it or have any friends that want to do it, by all means." So I tried to put together some people that had just lost their jobs, a bartender, construction had slowed down for another guy. But so that was my goal, was to like take a bunch of businesses, almost like a B&I group, but sure, for like a economic. So my goal is to, all right, this guy does windows, this guy does this lady does cleaning. All right, they're slow on work. Well, we got 100 other members. Maybe they need help, and maybe this guy knows that task because he used to do it in that job. So I was really trying to build some kind of, keep people getting some kind of money through like networking, through people that know people that might need help versus the people that are struggling. I'm probably not really spitting it out right, but just trying to piece people together so they can at least try to pay their bills or get food and things like that.
Yeah, no, I think that's huge. What's the name of the group?
It was called Main Street Lions. I was sitting there trying to come up with something, and actually I really like it. The word Main Street is Main Street USA, like small town business, and Lions, king of the jungle. It doesn't matter if it's raining, thunderstorm, a drought. Lions always running the show. So I tried to put a group of people that I thought were really good leaders, good examples. I'm not always the best, but people that would have the perseverance to push forward. And I was trying to do some stuff with video and all. I know everyone's super busy, including myself. So I haven't really got that launched like I want to, and I need to make it a priority.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that what it shows, right, is the generosity that you have, right? The idea of wanting to help people who may be looking for work, out of work currently, like you said, bartenders, stuff like that. So, I think that that's huge, and it shows your personality really well. Let's see. So what else are you doing? What are you looking for? What's going on? Just put you right dead on the spot.
No, you're fine. I try to be as raw and upfront and loud as possible with most of the stuff I do. What do I need? So sure, I'm starting a firm, and I'm not. I want it. I'm not trying to grow that super fast. I've got a guy named Dalton. He's Christina's cousin. He's licensed in Florida. Sorry, Dalton, you're 19 or 20. Transferred from Florida State up here to ODU, got his Virginia license, and the poor guy's had it in inactive status. And what I really need is some help. The work comes in because, we can get way off topic here, but you would love it about, referral, word of mouth stuff. That's how I do business. And so like I could make a day of just networking and talking to people and bringing work in. The problem is then trying to find time to do the work and also not be stressed and stretched thin to not provide good customer service. And I'm kind of at a threshold with that. So the firm, or whether if I formed a team somewhere, it doesn't matter, but I need help. So I need like buyer's agents, people that can help just show property. I still want to be involved, but I don't want anyone to ever feel like they're being pawned off. But I am struggling to not chase down everything I probably could be doing and growing because I'm just kind of surviving. I'm in like a weird mode. So I need some team members that maybe have a team. At the same time, I want seasoned agents, but I also love like thinking outside the box and thinking about forward progress and where's real estate going to be in 5 years and 10 years and 15 years. So I want the young blood and people that have new ideas to come out. There's a certain culture I want for the office in the workplace. It's just my
timed out. While you're doing that, what I'll say about Matt is, he's super nice, generous, personable guy. built his business basically, like you said, word of mouth, referral based. I think it's really admirable. You toughed through kind of the crisis before, in 2007, 2008, right? So I think you can give a lot of support to a lot of people. What's the best way for people to kind of get in touch with you if they have any questions or anything like that?
I'm good, any form. My phone number, I don't know if it's anywhere on here, but 757-374-0707. That's the one and only phone number I got. You can text me, you can call me. My email, we'll put it out there or something. Facebook Messenger.
What was the phone number one more time?
757-374-0707. And we're actually setting up office phones and all, so that's going to be short-lived. So that'll be another thing is like 80 to 100 phone calls a day on one phone number stresses me out. And I got to have some office staff to help break that up for me. But and a lot of it's not just all real estate sales. It's not like I'm killing it. I think a year to date, if you go back in the MLS right now, I'm like around 50, not in MLS because some of them are for sale by owners, but I'm like around 50. There's guys doing 100 sales a year, 200 sales. There's guys doing flips 150, 200. So I'm a nobody in the big game, but those are the guys I watch and strive to be, and that's where I want to get. But you can contact me and reach out to me any form or fashion. If I feel like I should be doing more, community work, finding masks, delivering food, things like that, and I haven't done a good job at that. One thing that seems to be like my niche is people keep calling me or messaging me and chatting kind of like we're doing now, just trying to come up with ideas and brainstorm about, for one, if they're trying to survive now, or two, if, how could they not say make money off of other people's hard times, but what will excel in the future in the next months. And I think a lot of people start seeing the values in rentals, because if the stock market tanks, especially if you're on Section 8, if you're a landlord with Section 8, your money is direct deposited from the government. So there's a lot of recession proofing you can do with real estate where the stock market can let you down. So I've had a lot, lately just been on the phone all day, every day, just talking with people, really.
Yeah, that's awesome. Matt, I really appreciate you doing this. I know it's something we've been talking about for a while, so trying to do nailing each other down it's been a little tough, a little easier now, right? And then it's also just actually sitting down and saying, okay, we're actually going to do this now.
No, anytime. I actually love this stuff. I watch it all the time. I want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
So I've been buying the gear and researching it, and this whole crisis has actually created the opportunity to make some changes and try some new things. Can I add one more thing, actually? Can I add one more thing?
Yeah.
You got time? I was trying not to look at notes or run off anything, but as far as one topic I think I would just like to bring up to people is, and not to get too deep and weird and stuff, but it's all about mindset. So when all this thing happened, because I've been mentally kind of preparing for it, I'm not going to say I'm excited, so please don't take it the wrong way. I'm not excited about hardships and people out of work and people dying, especially. But you just have to, when you're a business owner, you have to figure out how to, and the word is overused right now, but pivot. Everyone's into the word pivot. And that's exactly how it is. You got to think what can you do differently to succeed or grow in harsh times? And one thing that I've been telling a lot of people is use the pandemic, use this whole thing as a scapegoat. So if you've had a job somewhere and you're just stuck, you hate it, whatever, you're stuck at a desk, but you have this dream of, I don't want to say,
doing real estate, right?
Fishing poles, and fishing poles, construction business, a YouTube channel. That's what I'm kind of getting into. Use the downtime to try different things, but at the same time, use it as an excuse when you won't ever succeed unless you are not scared of failing.
Right.
So, obviously you got to be careful with money and not take too bad a risk. And I know when you got kids, there's a lot more other aspects to consider, but use the time to launch things, try things. And if you fail, who cares, first off, because after you do it a few times, you just, whatever, I failed again. It's no big deal. You'll pick up and learn. But those first few leaps of faith are so scary for people. If for some reason you fail at that one task, use the pandemic as an excuse. When you get older and your son's like, man, why'd you have to sell that car, Dad? Well, the pandemic. And what it was you just took a leap of faith and tried to start a business that didn't work out. But I promise you, every failure will help you grow. I get upset with a lot of things that don't work out for me, but you can't go to school for everything and not take digs at school, but you've got to learn the hard way. You gotta fall to get up and that kind of stuff. So just use this whole thing as an excuse to change your life, try different things, spend some money here, see what works for you, try to find something that makes you happy.
Well, and I think you can even transition that into whatever you're doing too. Like if you are doing something you love, right? Like you are doing real estate, which you love, but you're also using it as a way to, like, okay, I've been wanting to do this YouTube thing. I've been wanting to do more of the video. Now's my time to do this. I need to do it anyways. I have to get in front of people. This is the best way to do it right now. You can't go out to bars and meet people and go to these networking events and stuff. So yeah, this is what you got to do. This is a new reality.
There'll be massive amounts of, if you want to use the word entrepreneurs and all that stuff, through this crisis. I guarantee it. That figured it out, weren't scared to take leaps of faith, that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. There'll be a lot of people that lose it all too. So,
sure.
For those people. But you got to think outside the box, especially when we're dealing with what we're dealing with.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. Well, cool. I appreciate it, Matt. Like I said, you got anything else you want to add? Anything you want to plug? What's the name of the new group once you get started? Have you started that?
I'll keep talking if you keep asking me questions. No, I love talking about this stuff. I've wanted to create a team name for a long time. And I say a team, it's me and Christina. And before I did have a partner, and over the years I could have had partners that we could have taken on. And I always wanted a team name that could turn into a business name eventually. So you can start branding now while you're green and that team name is established. So it took me forever to come up with something. Everything I come up with, it was already taken. So I'd have all sorts of good ideas, but then when I try to find their names, Facebook, YouTube, or just straight up licensing has been done. It's very hard to come up with anything. That's why there's so many companies out there that have weird words like Zillow and, just made up stuff. And I was in a movie theater. We're walking out to the closing credits of a movie, Chesapeake Square, and it was a Aretha Franklin song that came on in the closing credits, and it was called Rocksteady. And it just hit me like a ton of bricks. I love the word rock solid. Eric Newman, I don't want anything to do with them as far as I don't want to be like riding someone's coattail or, and there's rock solid real estate all over the country. So that word's been used a ton. So Rocksteady, it still gives the same meaning. And if you want to keep going, the logo and the name actually has to do with kind of like what we're dealing with. Like the idea was the last recession. Also, you can look at it from a biblical standpoint in Matthew and all sorts of terms in the Bible, but the rock, it doesn't waver, it's solid. There's a scripture about building your house upon a rock. The waves can come, the sands can drift, the wind, all that stuff. But at the same time, you can look at it as a personal thing or as your business. Like, hey, we were here today, we're going to be here tomorrow. And so just stay steady. So rock steady is just stand firm on your beliefs, values, perseverance, no matter what aspect changes around you.
That's awesome.
The word group is just because I don't think of it as a group of real estate agents. I think of it as a group in the team of actually past clients, because that's 95% of my business. Home inspectors, contractors, all these great people in our life create the group. So that's why I use the word group for the ending.
I like it. Cool. Well, like I said, if anybody has any questions or just wants to reach out to Matt about anything that's going on, obviously comment down below, and then give him a call. Here's his number again, and then I gotta plug Chris, because I've worked with a lot of lenders, and I've got other ones that'll probably see this, and they're all good. Chris, we've built a good relationship, really just business relationship, and whenever we do get on the phone and talk, it's probably my fault, as you can see, but we always talk at least an hour. And Chris, he reminds me a lot of me. We both. Yeah, never mind. We're on the same page with a lot of stuff, and he's hungry, and he's trustworthy, and that's all you need in this business is ambition, and just do people right and be honest, and you got it. You don't have to spend any money advertising. Chris is a perfect example of that. Well, I appreciate that, Matt. I really do. Make my whole head turn red here. But well, cool. I appreciate it, guys. Reach out if you guys have any questions. If you're any small business owners, that need some help, reach out to Matt or myself. And then, or if you're, looking for work, especially because Matt's mainly Suffolk area. That's where he lives, right?
I live in Franklin. Nothing wrong against Franklin. I just like to make jokes about internet service.
But
I've lived in every city in Hampton Roads at some point.
Yeah, but if because I know he's out there trying to help people. So if you need anything, let us know. And thanks again.
Thanks, Chris.
Yep.